So over the past week, I've been in a really deep contemplation around unity. This is the second gene key, if you track the gene keys work. And really contemplating what is it going to take to be able to help bring our humanity together, to unify us towards a greater cause, towards creating heaven on earth, towards creating a world where we can all benefit. That's going to be good for us all. Because we can only achieve a state like that when we're working together in unity. And one of the challenges is when we talk about this, it can become quite forceful sometimes, out there in the world. I know I've done it, where we try to convince people that we have to work together. We try and, legislate, create laws and regulations of acceptance, that if you don't accept each other and if you don't work together, then you'll be punished. And it's a paradoxical thing we're attempting to do. It's the shadow state of dislocation becomes even stronger, that even when you have all these people forced together, they won't know how to work together, and all you'll get is friction and tension because nothing's working properly. There's no fluidity. And so when we drop into this, the analogy that's been coming up for me over the last week is that of a puzzle. When you open a puzzle box and you dump all those puzzle pieces into the world, that's very representative of what, incarnation is. When you're born into the world, you're born into a puzzle piece of a greater collective puzzle of humanity. And the challenge is, you don't get the top of the puzzle box. You don't get the image where you get to see what the finished product looks like. We're all in this together, and each of us represents one puzzle piece of a grand puzzle, the biggest puzzle ever known. And a lot of us are running around trying to find a place in the puzzle, trying to sit and go, oh, I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to go here, and getting really identified with that position. Or they're seeing another person's puzzle piece and seeing that puzzle piece in position, and they get jealous and go, oh, I want to be in place like that. I want to find my home in the puzzle. And so they try to be like the other puzzle piece, or they try to steal their spot, or, and so instead of unity, what we get is even more dislocation, people feeling even more disconnected. And when you sit with this analogy, then it comes down to the gift of orientation is the secret to unity. Is that we first and foremost need to find out, where are we now? Where are we here and now? Who are you? What does your puzzle piece look like? And that's a deeply personal journey. So before we can go out there trying to find our place in the greater collective, we need to go in here and find our puzzle piece. We need to find out, who am I? What is it that I love? What is it that I hate? What is it that drives me? What is it that grinds me? What's inside here? This me, this Mark that's in here. What's in you? To take time to really orientate yourself with yourself. And that's what the Gene Keys work is all about. That's what my work is all about. And part of this last week has been really owning my piece of the puzzle. That one of my roles in the world is to be like, in the Matrix, Neo going into the Matrix and helping people to find themselves within the illusion so that they can actually reorientate themselves with their own gift and then bring that into the world in service rather than disorientated in fear. And so it's been a powerful place because I've been trying to find my position in many different groups and collectives around the world. I've been trying to find my position in how I can help make this world a better place. And a lot of the actions that I've taken look good on the surface, but they weren't representative of my full essence of who I am. There was only 50% of me being included in all of those actions. And that means that I was taking up different puzzle pieces that weren't mine, puzzle places that weren't mine. And so it's been a really deep process and really being honest with myself of what is it that is me and what isn't. What's everyone else's expectations of me that I'm trying to live up to? And what is it that actually naturally wants to arise out of me, that creative rebel, that borderline madness that comes out of me sometimes in this passionate raging and ranting? This expression and creativity, what does that look like? Because the more that I get in touch with that and the more authentic I become in my expression in the world and allow myself to really know who I am and where I am, the more I get to know my puzzle piece. Is it a corner piece? Is it a centerpiece? Does it have lots of notches around the edge? Does it have lots of holes to fill in? What does the puzzle piece look like? And then when I know my puzzle piece really intimately, that I'm starting to know now, really deeply, now I don't just try and push it in the puzzle. Now I wait patiently until my space arrives. And it takes time sometimes for our place in the puzzle to turn up. Sometimes we need to wait until other pieces are in place. And that's what life is like. We need to be patient. And while we are being patient, enjoy your everyday moments. Use every challenge, every grist, every provocation that triggers you. Use that as a way to go deeper into knowing yourself. Because the more you can know yourself, the more ready you will be when your place in the puzzle comes. And we are in one of the greatest transformative periods of humanity to date. And we need you to discover your puzzle piece and bring it to the table, uniquely as your own puzzle piece. And through that, we will be able to orientate together. And we'll be able to come together in true unity as these incredible, unique expressions that are very different from each other, but that fit together so perfectly. And that's how we're going to create strong integrity in the foundations we create for the future of humanity, only through fully integrating our different puzzle pieces. And we can only do that when we fully understand what each of our unique puzzle pieces are. And one of the greatest tools for this, in my experience, is the Gene Keys work. It may seem overwhelming at first. So just get your free chart. There's a link at the end. Visit the website while you're there. There's heaps of free resources on how to read the chart. There's heaps of information, lots of videos to watch, etc. And if you need support, then I'm here to book in sessions. We can have a human design session, go over what does your puzzle piece look like and give you a real head start in that. So drop in there, see what you can find. Enjoy the adventure, play the game, and get to know yourself. Because the more you get to know yourself, the more you're going to feel at home in the world.